Cock-a-doodle-doo.
What you saying to me? Oh, hello, everybody. How are you today? We're doing 2017.
Shut up.
2017 Google Photo. Oh no, don't do that.
What's up, guys? It's Strange Productions, and I got Gmansboss with me in the background.
Hi, guys.
Unfortunately. So basically, this is a heavily requested video, so I decided to do a live stream format. Of course, it is like midnight now, and so not everybody will be. So now I was over at his house not long ago. We recorded the funniest live stream. Link will be in the description down below to his video. Just go check him out as well. He's got some we got some awesome shit going on there. And I just clicked on some random fucking shit. Shut up.
What is that, the Joker?
I have no idea. Live chat. Nobody's on the live chat, of course. That's fine. My videos. So, how's everybody doing today? Looks like the live health stream is good. We are live. So, how's everybody doing today?
Is it working?
Yep, everything working fine. Looks like I'm just looking under my live chat. Hopefully, people might come on. People won't. So, like I said, we are looking through a whole album on Google Photos, because you guys know I do have a Google account. Otherwise, I would not be on YouTube. First of all, and we're gonna go through all the best railfanning moments of 2007. What the fuck? this bastard sitting next to me, fucking already saying shit.
They can't see that.
They can't. They just saw it.
Oh.
See, look.
Oh, I see. Oh,
remember, I have a regular webcam. See, look. See, look.
What's up, boy?
What the hell? You're right next to me.
Huh?
Right, ignore the TV.
Hey, someone's on.
Ignore the TV. It's Rick and Morty in the background. Looks like all my computers are working. All right, so let's get rolling onto this then. We're gonna see if I can find my first album here of train stuff. Oop, shit. Technical difficulties. I just fucked up.
Yo, what up?
First officer of the Rail Line 9 crew. How you doing? George!
Was waiting.
You little fuck shit. Alright, so I'm trying to look through and see where do we begin, and we're going to start in January. December, January. Yes, here we go.
Let the fun begin.
Yes. So we're gonna start with January 15th, 2017. Oh, crazy. Yes, Patrick, we are fucking crazy. Alright, so we're gonna go flip over to the next scene here. And we have the first day that CSX ran double stacks on the Northeast Corridor, and the first day we filmed a rail fanning blooper. This was with Just Train Insanity, and this was also the first day that Amtrak ran a no baggage car service in the winter. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this video right here, which I believe is the Amtrak video. My Wi-Fi should be good tonight, so A6 and 200 leading with no baggage cars. 2 sleepers, dining, a section/cafe, and 2 coach cars is what we got. Stop, George. Of course, it repeats itself. So that's the first train we caught that day. Next one we caught was the first double stack intermodal train on the CSX Metropolitan Subdivision. Yes, you all the ultimate spam. And this was led by Givo. This is a rare case scenario when an eastbound will be coming on the westbound track on the yard lead, which is the north yard lead. I believe that was an ET44AH leading. Yep, ET44AH number 3339. With the AC6000 in the rear. Line 2. 688. We have.
Jinx, you
Oh,
owe me
what
a soda.
the hell? Oh, that's right. My phone did die.
Oh
Alright. So as you can see, we have number 688 YN2. Like I said, all AC6000 for CSX are pretty much rare.
no. Oh.
Very hard to find, so we're lucky we have that for it. Alright, so moving on, we have, and then
How
I
the
got
hell are you doing this? It's lagging?
lagging. No, it's not lagging. That's me, Patrick. That's me. And then we have the double stacked part of the train. Yeah, Pat, it's not lagging over with us. So, oh, it looks like it is lagging. Yeah. So sorry guys, it will lag a bit. I've been with us a little bit. Oh, apparently it did not.
Were you with Pat during this one?
I was with Pat. The first time I met Patrick was in West Virginia. So that's, I believe, Q136. On to the next one video thing. This was our first blooper we made. It was me, Steven, and Mitchell's brother.
Gavin!
Yeah. Hey, look, I have his old face here.
Oh, look at this boy.
Yeah, so that P30.
Basic railfanning is what we do.
Wait! I got a signal! Where is he?
Who's in the middle?
That's Steven.
Oh my god, he's funny.
Yep. That was our first blooper we made. And let's see what this was.
Good God!
Empty coal train. Well, we had AC44, maybe another 6,000. Nope, AC44. AC44 AC. And 763 S40 trailers. Looks like this train was weak on bending at this train. It was doing about 40 miles an hour, so it's pretty fast. If you go down this like 80 per rail, they go even faster. And my God, your hat will blow off like there ain't no tomorrow. And then I went to the train museum, and then this little motherfucker snuck up on me. Going on the north lead. 785 leading. 32, 34 trailing. As well as 549. I believe it was Q130, or no, Q130. It was Q416. And then there's all the cool pictures from that day that I took. And then there's another train behind the intermodal. I forgot all about that. It was an ethanol. And after that, my phone did die, of course. And so I used Gavin's phone. Output low.
Output is low?
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties here. Looks like the live stream is lagging very much.
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain such viewers. Try,
Try what?
go to stream options.
Okay, so here, stream. Wait,
No,
wait.
no, no, on YouTube.
Stream
Go down.
options.
Let me see. Try do normal latency.
I can't do anything because I'm in the middle of streaming.
Oh shit. Try going to
Yeah, it's lagging like a
video
motherfucker.
output low. Okay, so go to XSplit.
Okay.
Let me see. Go. You're here.
Extensions, output.
Yeah, output. Look, what do you got for outputs on right now?
I can. Sorry guys, technical difficulties.
Okay.
Settings. Bitrate, mode CBR. Don't know what that means.
That's not that high though. Okay. Try maybe reducing the bitrate.
Okay.
Try 1400 like you had before.
Okay, so we're gonna try this now. Hopefully it works. We're not too sure. We're gonna wait a second and see. But it says it's completely offline now.
Oh good God. Okay.
Oh shit.
Video to maintain smooth streaming and such views will explain buffering. Try ending the stream because then you can turn it back on and it'll be the same video.
It looks like it's working now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's working smoother.
Oh yeah, it is.
Shit.
See how long that is?
I mean, it does. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Well, it's not a lag. That's
Yeah, that's good.
you watching.
It's not lagging now.
Yeah, it's not.
We're good.
Okay. I guess it's just when I go through. Alright. So it won't show the videos and stuff like that, but we'll show the pictures because I always do take pictures.
Oh yeah, because you're streaming. Okay, yeah, because that's a lot on your computer usage. That's what it could be. Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. I can just hover over stuff. Alright, so we'll try this again here. Oh, shit. I just had it. Oh my god, I lost it.
What happened?
I don't know. My thing just glitched. My computer. That's February. Alright, that was the next Biggie Train show. Ah, here we go.
Ooh, Biggie Train show.
Yep, which we'll be going to this year.
Yeah,
so we had an empty coal
alright.
train that kept coming out of in and out of the Brunswick yard with 345 and 5011. And they finally left. And then right behind, I heard locomotive. How is he your bro? You haven't even met him. And then right
Virtually.
no. Anyway, so there's a Norfolk Southern grain train that was passing through Brunswick at a restricted speed with snow all over him. So he must be just come down from the north. There's snowing pretty hard up there at the time. And then this is off of Mitchell's phone. I believe there's a train pulling up. I think there's another intermodal train. As we continue down, you see a whole bunch of live stream stuff. And yes, there's a bunch of Train Simulator. And then, my first time driving all the way to Baltimore. That's before I drove. I was at my grandmother's house. That's after when I was fucking exhausted. And so, basically, I was remembering the parking spot, yada, yada, yada. And then there's our 2-hour delayed flight. It was a Boeing 787. Not 787, shit. 737-800. That wasn't ours. But this new plane was ours. And then I got a whole bunch of really cool pictures follow along with it, and a bunch of selfies I took. Marveling, just appreciating the new sky interior. Take a look at this, George. I bet your plane didn't have that.
Hey,
Blue
let's go.
I think it's a good picture with the blue lights in the background. Nice window. There's me. Then there's the wingtip. If I do like aviation vlog, and then that's when we got to Connecticut. Looks like it just snowed there, so that is what we did. And then as I got off the plane, there I am. Like, it was about maybe midnight already. Or 11:49 p.m. on a Friday, January 27th. January 27th this year is on a Saturday in which Gmansboss here and I are going. We're departing from Reagan. And then we were the last flight coming in the night. And there's a whole bunch of videos with it too. Then the next day I got woken up by a dog. Pretty much. And then this is the Biggie Train show, pretty much. So there is the yard at West Springfield, Massachusetts. I do have a couple...
Massachusetts!
Yep, that's where we're going. And then I noticed this weird car here is some type of caboose. I don't know what it is, but originally it's a Conrail that's owned by CSX. I'm not sure what that was or what it is. And then this is the Big E Train Show right here.
Oh,
this is the entire thing. 4 buildings. That's the big dome is actually one huge building, and then there's another building over here, and then somewhere off of here there's 2 other buildings. So it's about 4 buildings total. And you go inside, it's literally huge. That's only one building, and that's like
wow.
that's maybe a quarter of one of them. quarter of
Wow.
the size. Yeah. So
That's the train show?
that's a train show.
Holy crap.
You're only looking at like half the building. That's half of the
Whoa.
second building. The first one was the first building. There's the first building. You're looking at half of it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then look at all these well-modeled details, basically, that Gmansboss and I, or actually that I stumbled upon with my cousin's store. And then it was a brand new HO ALP 46 DP or 45 DP locomotive, pulling a whole bunch of cars, which were great. And then my favorite layout, forgot which one that was, but my favorite locomotive 188 pulling, as well as a whole Amtrak yard. I'm a huge Amtrak fanatic, those of you who don't know, because if you don't know, there's something wrong with you. And then it's basically like a whole unit station, and then you got a couple Dash 8 switchers, and
Yo, that's cool.
yeah,
What?
it's rolling. And then you had the 42 leading, it looks like a Kappa Limited.
Whoa.
And then you had a couple Amtraks in the yard, and an AM7. There's a Dash 8 and a Phase 4 P42, as well as an F40 and a Phase 3 paint scheme. With the niche HP in the background and a whole bunch of Providence and Worcesters. With Amtrak baggage cars, or not baggage cars, freight cars and Superliner sets. And then yeah, nice diamond crossover with CN locomotives, and this was in the fourth building where I saw the whole intermodal with Norfolk Southern with it owned by CSX. And then that, my friends, is a beyond large scale rideable model locomotive. You actually can ride on it.
Wait, what?
It's a model train that you can ride on.
You can sit on that thing?
You can sit on that thing.
Shut up.
Yeah.
How?
There's a car behind.
Is that big?
It's that big. You can sit on it. Well, not on it, but like there's a car behind it. You sit in it, and that pulls like a hole punch.
Wow.
And then look at the high detailed signaling in the weathering this guy did. And then of course you got a CSX crew working on the crossover, and then you have the shed for Cumberland. So I think they're trying to model the back end of Cumberland. I'm not sure. And then there's the yard again, and then my favorite restaurant, which Gmansboss and I will go to, is called the Steaming Tender.
Hey, let's go.
It sits in the diamond between two railroads.
Yum.
Between two. So in order to get there, you have to cross over a set of railroad tracks on a bridge, which is the CSX Boston line, I believe, and then the New England Central Railroad Northern line. I'm not too sure, but as you can see, this the main track just to the right here is the main track. Then one over to the right of that is where siding begins, and then the third track all the way to the right is where the CSX connects with the New England Central Railroad. And then up here, behind the Steaming Tender, there's a diamond. And then there is one train that's there that was being serviced. And that's me looking down the line, not seeing much down that line. And then finally, a train comes. I did catch Amtrak on video, and then it got deleted because my phone died in the middle of recording. But I did retaliate and end up getting I think it was Q423, westbound mixed freight CSX with the SD70 leading. And managed to catch this clear signal. I was hoping a whole bunch of rail fenders that day catching trains. And then there's the other signal. And then this was the train that passed. It was Q423 4806 leading. And then there's a couple of videos I will not play due to bandwidth fuck ups. I'm just going to say it straight up. So I'm going to check my bandwidth real fast. Streaming is good. Okay.
Let's go.
Streaming is better. Nobody's watching, but this is being recorded anyways. That's fine.
Yes, sir.
And then this is the drive when we're going through Hartford, Connecticut.
Woohoo!
Beautiful city. I've always wanted to go in Hartford, but because crime has gone up a lot, it's been an issue. I took a picture of the signs as I was crying leaving because I didn't want to go. And this is coming into Bradley or National. And that's not our plane, but that was a 737-800 coming in.
Wow.
And then I was just plane spotting while we're at Bradley. And then there's our plane, 737-700.
Are we going on the new one this year?
I don't know. I won't know until the day before.
Ooh.
But I know we're on a 737. I don't know what model of 737. And
Which one's the new one?
The 737 MAX 8. I pray that we are going on that. But oh shit, it's 12:20.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you care or?
No, I'll leave in like 5. It's all right.
All right, I'll try to go through this. And then,
Okay.
of course, I take like a whole bunch of pictures while we're taking off in the sky. I do have a beautiful picture of us passing over New York City. Here it is. Middle of Manhattan and Queens from our flight. Take a look at this, George.
Well, yo, that's so cool. What?
Yep, there's upper and lower Manhattan. And I do have a picture of the Statue of Liberty somewhere. Oh, that shiny building you see right there? Yeah, that's the World Trade Center, I believe. I don't know what that is. And then there's a Newark Liberty International Airport. And then I was trying to get some good photos. And then that's us. Me selfies. And then us landing. And then when we pulled into BWI Airport, we saw California 1 livery for Southwest Airlines. And yeah. That is that. Let's see if we can find the next event of rail fanning. The Big E Treasure does count because I technically did go rail fanning, so haha. Ah, yes, a very rare day here on the CSX line, where we managed to catch this CN locomotive. Look how rare this looks. You don't see this anywhere. I forgot what the model of this is, but number 2426 was on L217 for CSX with I believe that was a CW40-9 with the engine door open down in Brunswick. And then I decided, because I had to pee real bad, I took it down. I walked downtown to Brunswick, managed to catch this old B&O signal at 296.
Oh, wow.
And then this one guy I know who illegally rides trains, rides stupid shit. So I was at the Porta-John and I took a picture of that.
Don't drink. You can drive, take acid, teleport.
Yeah. And then wait. Don't drink and drive, take acid and teleport.
Oh, totally do that instead.
Yeah. And then here's a brand new ET44AH, which was just made a month before.
Wow.
And then there's a video of it, of the rumble. I'll play real fast because it's only 15 seconds. Listen to that puppy being inside
that sounded
your...
really nice.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the rumble of it will make you fucking pop. And right behind, another train pulled in with the AC6000. The reason why I can tell is because of the logo. And the 3443 train, which was a Q130 series, at the time, I believe there was a mixed freight behind it. It wasn't... I don't exactly know. I kind of forgot. And then we had another clear signal, in which I forgot what this train was. But I'll not play it. And here are some of the other trains that came by, which was Q416 pulled by 5119 leading.
Ooh.
And then we had a couple more trains pass by. And yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Aha!
What?
Why is this there? This was 2016. That was the Amtrak ride of 2016 I was doing. Yeah, some of my shit does get... Oh, there's a ton. So I asked my grandma... Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's my aunt's picture of her snowman in Connecticut. Look at this, George.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
And we caught another Q4. We caught another Q416 leaving with a whole bunch of rare cars like this old B&O car, which you'll never see these days. Central Soya. Don't know what that means. I thought it was a cult of some sort. And it was a huge green train. I forgot what the ID was. And then Airmobile passed. And then there's Q416 leaving. And there's an approach because the train just passed. Pictures of Brunswick. Pictures of the signals that we got here. And take pictures of the sunset. And then this one Airmobile train, I believe it's Q136, was leaving Brunswick with 3014 leading ES44AH. And then here is a great catch, in my opinion, of the winter consist of Amtrak's Capital Limited, featuring 2 coach cars, a sightseer / cafe, a dining car, 2 sleepers, with 52 leading.
Wow.
Or 53, sorry, that was 53. And then look how much the sun was reflecting off these cars.
That's beautiful right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I love that sunset.
Which one here?
On the top right. Mid right.
Mid right?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was leaving Potomac.
Oh, that's really nice.
Oh, there's my ex-girlfriend there.
Oh.
What? That's alright. Hey, you know what? I will admit, I had great times with her. You know, we have. I mean, every relationship you want to have some bad moment, but you know.
You know it.
I guess this is too much for her to break. Oh, this was great. This was fucking great. I woke up and my insulin pumped out. I was dead.
Oh.
And that's what I said. It woke me up. Every hour, it sent that message because my blood sugar kept going low. And so I ended up taking school off because I was so tired.
Oh my god.
And it turns out I did go low a couple of times. There's the graph. And that was within 12 hours. It went down twice while I was sleeping.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's scary, bro.
I've had worse. My
Oh my god.
My little drum captain. Alright, let's see if we can find another rail fanning event. Ah, here's one. Point of rocks. Finding Jesus. Oh, that was a meme I found because my teacher found Jesus under his couch, apparently.
Oh my god.
Another story to come. But yes, when Q46... Actually, this was Q415. When he passed, he had a couple coil cars with him. I don't know why. And then a couple of covered hoppers. And a couple of Canada and Potash and Soda Line. There's a whole Canadian grain train.
That's nice.
And then caught the signals coming. And then this was just... Oh, what the hell? See, it does have my Google Photos sometimes. Oh, that's my dinner.
Ooh.
So,
I'm Batman.
So we caught very little trains. We didn't even catch Amtrak's pretty
Last.
much because one came early for once.
Oh, my boy looking fresh.
Well, that's another story.
Is it?
And then this locomotive here was single coming through Pointed Rocks one way, and then picked up a coal train after. And then this beautiful, I forgot what this was, SD70 is... I think it's SD60i. I believe that's what it was passing. And then, I don't know what that was. I do a whole bunch of Train Simulator screenshots back then. Now I don't. Oh, by the way, those of you who are in Drumline or Vein Store, if you do not get this meme, then you have no life.
What's that?
This meme for tenors. Because another word for tenors is quads, right? Or quints are quads. So it makes sense, the far quads. Alright, so now we're in March. Basically. Oh, also, don't get this. This is funny. George. Look. Hey, technically this video is called Best Moments of 2017. So, you want the best, you got the best. This is when George and I used to make fun of each other on the school bus all the time.
No.
And we compared each other to Dr. Eggman.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Those were good times, now weren't they?
Yes, they were. My boy making his emoji for the first time.
And then my Bitmojis.
Bitmoji, I meant.
Oh, my bowling scores when I was bowling with George and he's acting like he was all high. Let's see, what's my high? What was my high score that time? Oh yeah, me. That's why I got 130.
Oh my god.
My highest I've ever got is 167.
Really?
But not because I've been having back problems and all that shit. I can't do it.
Dang.
This is when I brought my binoculars and actually put my phone up to the binoculars to see down the line.
Oh yeah?
It works great.
Almost looks like that's from a movie.
And then, yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And a couple trains passed. What day was this? Looks like we got some good action that day.
Good.
March 26th of 2017. All right.
Near my birthday.
So that's L217 with
Oh,
the BNSF trailing. What? Oh, is your mom calling?
Hello.
Hey, why'd you go in the hallway?
Yes, I'm walking home now. No, it's okay. I'm already walking home. Okay, I love you. I'll be home soon. Bye.
Gotta go now.
Just give it like a minute, yeah.
You go now. Like, I'll just put it back to my face.
Well, no, because I still gotta get ready, so keep going. Keep going, my boy.
Alright. So, yeah, basically, I remember from that day, slow traffic, and we did have a Q136 with the old Dash 8 coming through, line 2. 7804, looks like it was rusted up. And then we caught cars like that. And then random helpers just randomly came back. That's why I said random helpers. Looks like a empty coal train was coming by. And then a auto rack came by with a...
So what do the numbers mean? Is it like really different? Or
like what?
Like CX, like 5,000, CX 3,000.
Oh, like the locomotive numbers?
Yeah.
The numbers, because remember, there's so many locomotives, like they need to be all tagged. So just like cars have VIN numbers, that's the same thing with the train. Pretty much. And then this was the Amtrak PO30.
Okay.
With the Dash 8 in the back here.
Oh.
What number was that? That was number 500.
Oh.
First one. And then all the videos trying to catch up.
Was that your first time on an Amtrak?
No.
Ah, damn. Last.
First time I was on Amtrak, I was like really small.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How small? Like 5?
I don't remember.
You don't know.
Yeah. Oh, this is when we went to Phoenix, Arizona. So when we were at BWI, I saw this old American Airlines retro livery. Very rare to see. You only see one of those out of like 5,000 aircrafts.
Wow.
For American Airlines. Pretty much.
Damn.
That was playing spot. And then we had to charge up a shit because we were on a 3.5 hour flight to Phoenix.
Oh my god.
So I brought all of that and we taped it because it was so heavy it fell off. And so there's a meme I did of it. Where was it? And then that was our stunning 737-800 aircraft.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Are those
yeah.
your fingers?
Yeah. They look like butt cheeks something.
Yeah, I was gonna say some dirty thoughts are going through my head right now.
I bet they are. So yeah, and I got some great pictures of our aircraft along the way. The flight was actually really fast.
Was it?
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
Which one? Oh, the one when you went to 4th of July?
No, 4th of July. What? I never went on 4th of July.
Oh, I thought you did. Because you made a 4th of July video on it.
No, it was a Happy Independence Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then that's when we got to the desert. I was trying to go rail fanning, however it didn't work, and then of course I got fucking roasted by my drumline captain.
Mr.
Even though my drumline captain was in there.
You got roasted by him?
No, I got it was our drum tech. About to play this titter, so watch out.
Jesus.
This is my captain and I. Honestly, that was the best show I've ever had.
Really?
And I enjoyed it too, yeah. This is the first show I ever enjoyed with somebody.
Wow.
Who I play with.
Right.
Rather than, like, people like my ex or, like, just...
You really enjoyed it when you played with Dylan, didn't you?
I enjoyed it when I was with Dylan, yeah. And that was from my hotel room. And, yes, we were on Route 66.
Oh, shit.
And this stretch of track here, that's where the Southwest Chief goes. 90 miles an hour. I clocked him 11 o'clock that night. I didn't catch him on video. And then we rode the Grand Canyon Railway. And then that's proof that we were really on 66.
Wow.
There's a picture of me in our Cadillac that we drove somewhere. I gotta find it's here somewhere.
Oh.
But this F40, take a look at it. See where it's coming from. I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's beautiful.
237. Does it sound familiar on Amtrak back in 1993? This was an old Amtrak F40
What?
Cat locomotive number 273, or not Cat, PH. It was used on Amtrak, and Grand Canyon Railway bought it, and it's leased by Amtrak.
Oh.
And of course, they have like old dome cars and stuff like that. Your top speed is about 40 miles an hour, which is pretty good, pretty damn good. And then there's an intermodal train that's passing 60 miles an hour above our heads when we went under the tunnel. And then the desert's just beautiful. Oh, and there's the meme, by the way, for the outlets.
And one leg gets you out.
At the airport, yeah. And then this isn't train related, but this is when we took the train.
Beautiful.
That's the Grand Canyon.
That's beautiful.
It doesn't look real, does it? It looks like a painting, right? It looks like an old Western painting. It's so beautiful, you won't even know it's real unless you fall and die or something like that. Then probably not is a good idea. I'm not giving any ideas. But yeah. By the way, the horn on the F40.
Whatever you guys do not do this at home.
Yeah. Well, the camera's not on right now.
Damn, that's really.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the F40 had an E-bell, which I was really happy about. E-bells. I love E-bells. Then I got some great pictures of the sunset, you know.
Wow.
Also,
there it is.
Me and the Cadillac.
There it is. My boy being fresh. My boy's fresh as a freaking $100 bill.
I'm fresher than a $100 bill. I'm fresher than Donald Trump's new $500 bill that he's trying to make.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah, he's trying to create a bill for for a $500 bill.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go walk George out the door real fast, and so I'll switch the camera over real fast so you can say bye.
Bye everyone.
There you go.
I'm in my full what do you call it? Winter outfit with my little bunny. My little bun.
Yeah. Whoa, this street is treating like that. That's cool.
What?
Alright, so I'm gonna walk out the door fast. Give me about 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Bringing the dad back in 2018. That it happened. It just happened.
Come here, you. Come
Bye,
here.
everyone.
Come here. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm gonna walk George out. As courtesy for I guess I'll be right back. Give me about a minute.
Alright, just in and out. You don't freaking fine. Oh shoot.
Alright, that's better. That's more mutual respect. I bro, see it. Text me on Snapchat or call me whatever, and then we'll figure that out. Alright, bro, see it. Alright, take care. Stay warm. Alright, y'all, and that was Gmansboss. Go check him out. Link will be in the description down below to our funniest video yet, and on with the live stream of the best moments of 2017. And we're basically, even though it's not the best, because I'll have like a timeline exactly what we did. I'm just going through the list basically of what I see. So let's go ahead and continue. Oh shit, I did it again. Is April, I believe. So where were we? Not there yet. Not yet. No. Vegas. Ah, here we go. So that's where we left off at, I believe. So yeah, there's me and the Cadillac, and then Arizona's cute little place where you can see all kinds of animals and such. So then they did have a little layout. It was really big though. It was long, but it was kind of small. So I guess that's how the Grand Canyon National Railway was. And then this isn't train related, but the speed limit out there is 75 miles an hour. I forgot what interstate we were on, but we went up to Seligman, and behind the restaurant we ate at was this beauty: 2 BNSF locomotives, 5077 leading, 7321 trailing, elephant style, in Seligman, Arizona. And I did drive the segment all the way, and then Amtrak does run on there, and then as you can see that we were on the actual Route 66, and the tracks are right there to the left. And there's quite a lot of traffic. I didn't videotape much of it, but I did take great pictures. So I took pictures of the tail end of BNSF freight coming by, locomotives with intermodal trains passing by, as you see here. A bunch of old signals with names, so that way trains called out. More signals. There's the train. Oh, I'm going backwards. Sorry, guys. Going backwards. I'm going past us. And then BNSF train had a helper, so I took a picture of the back of the Cadillac. For that, passed a couple more trains here in the desert. There's another one. I believe this was a maintenance. No, it was empty intermodal train. That's what it was. Empty intermodal train, and then maintenance vehicle train. So it was like a little yard, basically. It was like maybe 5 tracks, including the the two main tracks. And then I wanted a rail fan, honestly, with all the stuff we're getting. But we're trying to get to Las Vegas by nightfall. And then caught BNSF with City Rail on one of the trains. And looks like they're moving helpers, as you can see back here. And I did get video of it somewhere of that. And then that's when we went into Las Vegas, Nevada. Here is the Hoover Dam. From the bridge. You can actually walk on the bridge and you can actually walk on the dam as well. You can still drive on the dam, but you need to be security checked, just like crossing the border. Make sure you don't, you know, destroy anything or anything like that. Pretty much. And then this is Vegas, you know. Oh, and those were the helpers with the ET-44. And caught a whole bunch of locomotive pictures here. And yeah, it was great. And there's Vegas again, me with NASCAR stuff. And then we went to the actual shop where Tank was filmed. So I'm wearing the shirt actually. So Aquatic Tank manufacturers for ATM. We actually did go there. I was wearing my Amtrak shirt, of course. I believe that is the general, aka Brett's father. And then there's me with Brett. As I'm wearing the same shirt here, I'll switch the camera back for a second. I'm wearing the shirt right here. So their base is just right outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. So honestly, it was awesome. And it was in their shop. And he's a big Jeff Dunham guy. So he has all kinds of tiny puppets. And there's my family with him. And then there's Brett. Working in the office. Seeing what was going on. We tried to get a picture of Redneck, but he was pissed off at something, so he was sitting in his office, so no one wanted to bother him, which is fine. This was a view from our hotel room in Las Vegas at the Luxor. And it was beautiful that day. And it was snowing on the mountain. And it was 80 degrees where we were in the valley. And then the farthest point I've ever been to on the west, which is California. And we actually did make it to California, but we were only there for like maybe half an hour of some sort. And then we went Interstate 4 and we caught a whole bunch of BNSF trains. And we caught a City Rail with one of them. I'm not sure what City Rail is exactly, so. And then we went to London Bridge, and then there's the Cadillac again where I drove it, so. And we're just driving through the desert. And then there's took our 4-hour flight home. And this flight was actually really exciting. Because I got the most beautiful time lapse. Let me see my dashboard's alright. First of all, let me check it. Live stream health is good. Okay, great. Because, okay, so let me tell you a funny story. So I'm going to switch the camera back to me. So on my flight home, my flight did have Wi-Fi, and I was talking to Just Train Sandy, aka Mitchell, and we were both flying back home at the same time. He was flying from Florida on JetBlue, and I was flying from Phoenix, Arizona on Southwest to BWI, and he was going into Reagan. Well, I need some bubblegum for my throat. Give me a second. Sorry about that. So we're both flying home, right? And then he texts me. He's like, "I'm going to get in the cockpit." I'm like, "No, you're not." He's like, "I already talked to everyone." I said, "Yeah, right." So sure enough, he sends me this picture right here of him in the cockpit with his brother Gavin, and their Embraer 175 JetBlue. And I got pissed. So I said, "All right, I'm going to do it." He's like, "No, you're not. You're not special like me." Now, what are these pictures right here that I took of our 737-800 series? Cockpit details, everything. And then me in the co-captain seat. I can't Photoshop. I don't know anyone who can Photoshop. And that was when my phone was just about to die, too. And yeah. And then a bunch of storms we pass on the way. There's a time. I will play the time lapse video because I think it's really, really pretty, really interesting. This guy knows sound, of course, because it's time lapse, but you know. Well, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So of course, I had to take it. So, of course, everything getting dark. We're just under the clouds, you know.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesar's large $6 extra most best pizza.
When it starts over again, but it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. There you go. And then we go to Pointed Rocks. We're now in April. And in this past year, I have rail fanned a whole bunch of times, almost every weekend. And at Pointed Rocks, we did some evening rail fanning, and caught a whole bunch of cool trains like some old Dash 8 helpers, and then Q 372, bunch of empty trains, Amtrak PO29 with the Dash 8, and then intermodal trains, and then Q415. And then a couple other empty coal trains as well. And that's what was on my Gettysburg trip. And that's another tornado warning we had. And then that's when we went to Shenandoah Junction for Mitchell's birthday, which is the 23rd of April, when he turned 17. And this Norfolk Southern locomotive was parked on the old tracks. It was 8919. And so I got to go up to it. I didn't go up in it, but I took some pictures. You know, of course, because I couldn't resist. And then where Railstream LLC records for a train simulator, that's their sign up there. It says something like, "Notice this area is being monitored 24 hours by video camera," and it gives the name owner, Railstream LLC. It says, "Rail fans welcome." And all day we caught a couple of Amtraks and a bunch of CSX and Norfolk Southern combined. And then a couple meets, and there's a Norfolk Southern train. And we caught Norfolk Southern from the bridge, which was really cool. We did catch one meet, and which was awesome. And that's me learning how to use a scanner, this and that. And then that was my first logo. We were riffing since 2017. That was my first one. And then we went rail fanning again. This time we didn't catch much Amtrak at all. I was like, oh shit, it did again.
I thought I smelled failure.
That toilet's not going to unplug itself.
First lesson, let's warm up with some
There we go. So this Point Rocks caught the 30 and the 29. Caught very little CSX that day. And then that's what the second camera. And then that's when I met Washington District Rail Fan for the first time. Shout out to him. He's a cool guy. Coolest person I've rail fan with. And he puts a lot of work in his videos of editing and all that stuff. And big shout out goes to him for right now. Nice. Oh, that's when my garage broke. That was funny. Soon as my mom left for Vegas. Garage broke. And then I'm back in Brunswick. Just coming into May now. And we caught Amtrak 30 running hour and a half hours late. And then a couple of CSX trains. And then we decided to try a new area down the line further where we caught CSX and Amtrak. And then there's my old house that we were passing. And then there's the rest of the trains that were there. I did catch a really cool picture of Amtrak looking down the line here. Didn't work exactly too well, so. And then funny, got some other funny bullshit. That's why I was railfanning with a new camera. That my mom lent me from her work, and managed to catch a couple of these pictures with a BNSF and a CSX ET44, number 3309, and 7209 BNSF. And here's a couple of pictures I caught with the Amtrak West on number 2, and a couple of CSX trains. We didn't catch much that day, so. And then this was actually National Train Day. I'm starting to remember this, so. It was kind of cold that day too, so. Oh, in 2017, so this is when we went on Amtrak's Capital Limited, when we were recording our documentary on the Capital Limited from Martinsburg to Washington DC. There's our tickets. And there's all the great pictures. And as soon as I got off the train, I kid you not, SL Express was right next to us. And I managed to catch these pictures. So there's Power Card 2022. Literally right next. Right freaking next. And then leading Amtrak 3 was the Veterans Unit number 42 with the fouled horn. They did fix this horn, and that's my favorite locomotive. And caught more pictures of SL with the power car and the logo behind, which I thought was very cool. And literally, that's our Capital Limited, and there's the SL that was next to us. And then caught a whole bunch of different powers from Amtrak. From Gate G. Station Martinsburg. And then there's 29 going home. That was our leading locomotive on 29 coming home with 20 with the Dash 8512. And all the pictures and all stuff. From, a view from the back. And then I got a really cool picture of two ACS 64s. Excuse me, lined up 614, 640 with a Mark MP36 speech. Going on a pen line. I got a whole bunch of small clips for the documentary, which turned out pretty good. So shout out to Gmansboss for that, and everybody else who helped out. Then here is Philip Lee, who was filming for us with the CSX RR Man. And then from that's kind of like I drove, by the way, when I was in Arizona. And then it doubled, actually, some of these pictures. And there's my old English teacher, Mr. Tibbins, from last year when I was a junior. As we continue, I got a whole bunch of train signal stuff. Got some pictures of the signals because I was trying to figure out what was what. And this is what I was trying my mom's camera for the first time, I believe, with just Train Sandy when he broke his leg. Poor guy, Cass. And I believe that was the ethanol train that was coming. And then there's a Norfolk Southern. Yeah, it was a Norfolk Southern auto-rack train, elephant style, leading all the way. It was very long. And then train behind him was a far. And then I don't know what happened to my camera at that point. It was in the darkness. And some of these pictures are actually very good pictures. Like here's Amtrak 30. I did catch pretty good pictures of him. Like that one's a good one right there. That one's my favorite. I mess with the code settings eventually. And that was from my iPhone with the camera next, as you can see, is trying to record, but I didn't do too well on it. And there's Q136 that I was sitting there, and I managed to get some really good, try to get some perfect shots of him, but didn't work out too well. And then I think that was I think my the camera was dying on that day too. So we went down to 84 Lumber, and I did manage to use the extra zoom to see if I could catch Amtrak. I did manage to catch the CSX train coming right at us, which was really sweet. 5317 leading, I believe, 277 with the ET44 in the yard. And then I got some more pictures on the camera with the loaded coal train, and then Amtrak 29 west on 2 at South WB. And I got some good signal pictures with the camera too. So this is all the same trains we caught but on my iPhone. And that was the photos I was trying to send in, but didn't work. And then those were the best photos I took of from the camera. So we're still in May. This is where I was filming for Washington District Rail Fan when he was on Amtrak 29 going to Chicago on his cross the country trip for his birthday. And did catch his train, and then I caught a CSX geometry car that was there on the same day as well, which is the geometry cars are very well, as well as 3 UP locomotives that were on a grain train that day. So I just catch those, and then got some great shots of the geometry car all the way around, and a couple more trains that came by. And Q372, which was, no, I kid you not, 30 cars. And then that was Washington District Rail Fan's train right there. Shout out to him again. I enjoyed filming from him, actually. It was awesome. I learned a couple things there myself, and learned about making executive decisions, which was great. Of course, my teacher, Mr. Simmons, messing with him. And a bunch of airplane pictures that I took. This one came out well. Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner from United. And it's 777 KLM. That was coming by too. Great things. I was trying to make something for Mr. Simmons, my airspace teacher. And then South African Airways, Airbus A330-204. Let's see what else. What else? Bunch of United 777s, 767s. Bunch of Airbus A330s. Where's the one? Ah, here's a good one. A 747-8H. Lufthansa. That was beautiful pictures I was going by. And these were taken from my porch, from my house. So this is the Airbus A380 that I took of Air France, and then that's what I was trying to make for airspace, and didn't work out too well. But that was actually a good picture I got of him, so clear to everything. And this is before I did the color texturation and all that stuff. I basically just zoomed in. And you can see better. It looks like one side's going to the dark and the other one's on the light. So let's see what else. And then my buddy Luke sent me a couple things. And I have a whole bunch of other aviation photos, but how long have we been streaming for? I'm curious. Wow, almost an hour. Okay, cool. Nobody is watching. That is fine with me. Health is That's when I went to stay with Just Train Sandy. This is when I went to Alaska on the Norwegian cruise of 2017. And that's when Mitchell and I were goofing around. Because he broke his leg and he had a scooter. So I decided riding the scooter where he did something funny. Because he wanted to walk. So.
How do you like my new ride?
And your new motor, too.
Yeah, he's the motor.
Hi. I'm the motor.
Motors don't say hi.
Oh, I do.
Motors don't say hi.
I don't care.
They
It's
don't.
my world.
That's not your world. Screw off.
Shut up.
No.
Shut up, I'm gonna push you over the side of the sidewalk.
Okay, well, I'm in control.
I could just do this.
No, you can't.
Yeah, we messed around a lot, because we're, Mitch and I, we're best friends. We basically know each other. We do stuff together, That's great. And then that is when we were stuck on an hour-and-a-half late flight on the tarmac in 95-degree weather. That fucking sucked. And I've seen California 1 again. And I got some really great photos while I was in the air, arriving in Toronto, Ontario for my layover, which was this yard here in Toronto. And then where's the other pictures? There's
It's a little 1% difference costs you twice as much. Plus,
hold on.
50% off Samsung's newest phones. Think about what you can do with all that extra money.
I had more pictures of the chasing trains as I was landing.
This phone offers me. I'll have to plan to find someone. Did you take the money, Mike?
You made your choice. Time to finish what you
Oh. But on my second flight, I did ask to go in the cockpit of the Airbus A319-100 series. The pilot just turned the airplane off. It was so cool to see the Airbus cockpit. So, because I usually see 737 cockpits. And right next to us was the 787-9 Dreamliner. So our plane was delayed because we were having an APU problem. So. And then this was a cruise we're on. We're on the Norwegian Sun. We were chasing the Disney Wonder in Alaska. Alaska was honestly beautiful, fantastic. You know, cruise was amazing. So it was a land and sea cruise. So we did the sea cruise first, seeing a bunch of whales, you know, sea lions, seeing the mountains, you know, meeting all kinds of awesome people. I think on the Norwegian Sun, on the 2017 Alaska cruise, the people I met were the best people I've ever met. You know, they're all groovy. We had a whole group going, and it was just fantastic. And I want to thank everyone. You know, awesome time. It wouldn't have been awesome without you guys. So, and then the land was just so beautiful. I mean, it's hard not to sit there and admire it. You know, if you're going somewhere. Then there's a ship that departed, going into Alaska. But this is Alaska. Literally, we're 2,000 feet high. That's sea level. Where the water is, that's actually sea level. We're 2,000 feet high. You need to take a tram up here, and it takes about 15 minutes. And then there's our ship, the Norwegian Sun. And then all my friends and I played basketball. You know, froze our butts off and stuff like that. Saw a couple bald eagles, towel animals, seeing all that kind of cool stuff. Yeah, honestly, it was just great. And then we rode the Whites Pass Railroad. It was really amazing. And what's cool is, like, they extended the Whites Pass and put tracks on the dock, like on the dock itself. And hey, Gmansboss, George, made it. Oh, anyway, what's up? And then we're in George, we're in Alaska. I'm going through much of Alaska. And then there's the locomotives that are leading our White Pass. Beautiful K5LA horns, actually, with the E-Bell. And then we continue up, see a bunch of falls. And we actually did cross the border into Canada, but we did not need passports because we were right on the border. We actually did cross the border and then crossed back. And then those were the locomotives, which were 97, I believe, and 96. And picture me the White Pass. I was very tired that morning because I partied too late the night before. And then the beautiful scenery, the beautiful trestles we went on, and all the mountains. And then there's a famous picture that took between the American flag and the Canadian flag, and the stake in the middle, which was the border. Which this was right here. It's right in the middle. Is the true border of America and Canada, and that was the Alaska flag. Ah, there it is. So we were just crossing the border. So there's the American, and then there's the Canadian side. So we were in Canada. Technically, yes, we were in Canada. So, and my family, you know, all that kind of stuff. And a cute little town of Skagway, Alaska, with the mayor in his old car. I think that's the mayor. I'm not too sure. It could be just a guy who lives there. But he was really whipping that thing through. I mean, it was a really nice town. And the next day we went to see the 1,000-year-old glaciers, which was fantastic. And then, excuse me. Managed to catch a couple pictures of bald eagles along the way, because Alaska bald eagles are everywhere. My throat hurts. Damn. The ship had problems turning around, so we need a tugboat, or we need one of our emergency boats to come and turn us around. My favorite part, the Alaska Railroad. We actually did ride it. There's me, my family, and there's me again riding the Alaska Railroad. And then, of course, I was sleeping a lot, so you know, I was very tired because we woke up at like 6 a.m. and I partied till like 2 the night before, so I only got like 4 hours of sleep. It's all the great pictures we got of the mountains and stuff like that. More glaciers. Our trailing locomotive. Our leading locomotive was SD70 Mac. I might have a picture of that somewhere. I definitely do somewhere. There's the Mac. 4327. It was me and look out the big locomotive. And it was me with the GP38. And then our car was located right behind the locomotives, which was the SD70 Mac. And I almost went in too, but we were on a tour and we didn't have time, so of course I didn't get to go in. But I almost did, and I was offered it too. And then there's a opposing train coming with the SD70 Mac leading. I believe it's called the Coastal Classic. Oh yeah, the Alaska Railroad was fantastic. It's one of my favorite railroads now. I got video of it passing, and that's when my phone completely broke. So I used my video cameras and my other cameras. And my sister's phone a couple times. We rode the Mount McKinley Explorer with the SD70 Mac leading. Of course, and this was in Anchorage. We went to Denali and Fairbanks. This is our bus is called Eldridge, with our awesome bus driver and tour guide. Honestly, they were great, and I definitely I attempted to write to them, but of course my service sucks, so I can't write emails real good unless you're local. So I don't know why. It's what tends to be. And then there's a big sign at the airport that says Anchorage welcomes you, because well, we got off the train first in Anchorage, and we definitely we felt welcome. We'll say that. And then there's me with the Alaska Railroad in the back. I was so tired. And then there's a beautiful SD70 Mac from Anchorage on the Mount McKinley Explorer. Pulled up in Talkeetna. And then there's my sister and her friend, pretty much on the train. Honestly, she met a friend. It was great. I met like a whole group, and I was happy. I was spending time with some family. We had some, you know, stuff goes on, but you know, we still have fun. Had a whole lot of fun. And then Denali, which was beautiful, and then we saw a bunch of grizzly bears on our bus. And we actually did see a moose when we were going from our tour. And our bus driver did pull over so we could take pictures of the moose. And that's what we did. That's the old Alaska Railroad car right there. And this was the ATV excursion. There's the grizzly bears again. And then this picture coming up is called Mount Denali. It stands at 22,014 feet tall. And we're already about 700 feet above sea level. When we saw this, this was truly amazing. Is there anyone else on? I don't think there's any person on. Anyone watching? Nobody watching. Okay, that's fine. This will be recorded for later. And the beautiful land itself. There's the grizzly bears again. And then Alaska state flowers, which is called the forget-me-not, are beautiful flowers. We saw about 200 caribou. And then, oh, we weren't 700 feet. We're at 3,980 feet. That's Denali. There's our train. It was very warm that day because, of course, it was in the middle of June. And that was our picture that we took. Then another SD70. It was a double SD70 Mac leading. It was 4326 as the leader. There's me on the. I got a free pin on the Alaska Road. So, and we got to saw the Alaska Huskies, and there is me holding an Alaska puppy, little Alaska. So the reason why my arm is all awkward for the back legs, because for Alaskan pups, for who are husky racers, or the Alaska Husky, they got to keep their back legs straight when they're pups, so that way when they run, they have no problem needing to stretch or anything like that. So you stretch out their legs as a pup, and extend them a little more, and they'll run better. That goes for everyone. So that's why my arm was like that. Of course, my sister wasn't listening. She's snuggling all up for the pups. And of course, my sister held another puppy. There you go. See, she's holding her legs to stretch it out a bit. That's a cute picture. I'm gonna keep that. Well, it's all kept. And then the famous Alaska pipeline again. This was on our train to Fairbanks, and so this is Fairbanks. This is the Alaska pipeline that carries 500 miles worth of oil and moves at a rate of 5 miles per hour. And to clean it, they literally just shoot a tube through one end, and it travels 5 miles an hour. And I believe in maybe a little bit less than a week, the other side will get there. And it does travel underground a bit, going into the city, as you see here. And Fairbanks is the city of Fairbanks sits in the middle of a bowl. It gets hot easily. I was wearing my shorts. My whole family was in Alaska, and this is when we were mining for gold. I still have the bottle with me today. $35, I believe, of gold, of real gold that I made. And it was really warm today. It was like 85 degrees. And here's the thing: in Alaska, it doesn't. In the summertime, the sun never goes down. So I vlogged at like 10 o'clock in the evening, and it looked like it was like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. This is my favorite picture. This is in the 40 below room on one of the excursions. We were on a boat ride, and they have a room in Alaska called the 40 below room for tourists like me who experience heat and wonder what it feels like when it is 40 degrees below zero. And I stepped in that room, and that was me pointing at the thermometer going, boy, why that cold? Because it is Alaska. More Alaskan puppies. Caribou. I'm looking at Native American chicks. Up there, just kidding. Well, I could be not. And there's all the Alaskan Huskies. All the puppies. There's our bus driver on our bus tour holding 2 little puppies. She was happy. And passing through Fairbanks Airport, of course, you have so many old aircraft. It's basically a history museum around you. So look at all the aircrafts I saw at the airport itself. At the gate, there's even a Yukon International airline, a Boeing 737-200. You never see those anymore, which is very rare. And then there's the pipeline. This morning our friends taking goofy selfies, and then we'll learn how to mine for gold. And I definitely did mine for gold. There's me, my mother, my sister, and my aunt when we were up in the 40-degree room. And then we were on a boat. I managed to snap this picture. This is how Alaska flights and all kind of aircrafts get their fuel. It's lit on a fuel plane, literally. And then if you're in Alaska, if you see the water that is really like crystal blue color, crystal green, then means it's glacier water. And then this is the flight from there to Seattle, Washington. I got to go in the cockpit again in that Delta flight, which was awesome. And they left it on for me. And I do have a card from them still. So yeah. This was my aunt's camera I used because my phone was still dead. And then when we were landing in Seattle, Washington, we stayed there for a couple of days. I managed to snap, I forgot what mountain it was. I think it was Mount Everett. And, let's see if I can find the picture somewhere. Oh, we went to the Boeing plant in Everett. As soon as we got to the top of the building, there was an Antonov, and then there's a Boeing factory right there, and all the planes made. Antonov 124 sitting at the end of the runway. It's so big that they had to keep it there. And then this, the BNSF trains delivering the airplane parts. And then there's a ETHAD 787-9 awaiting. And a whole bunch of 787s, El Al Israel, Polish Airlines. And the list just goes down, like Air India, United, brand new United Boeing 777-300. A whole bunch of 787s over there. An unmarked one. And then somewhere in the back, I do have a picture of the 747 8Hs. Right next to me, however, was the Boeing Dreamlifter that just delivered a new 787 wing. There it is. Right in the factory. Ah, there it is. Right there was the president's new plane, a 747-8H. And then there's the BNSF training cars where they deliver the parts. And of course, that's when I was in Alaska, where I was watching the only Delta flight limit because there's only 6 gates at Alaska. And then in Seattle, we they have a light rail system. I believe it's called the Sound Transit. And basically, since our hotel was right at the airport, everything was right there. Whereas, and this is the coolest picture I got of airplane models all lined up. I do have one with me today. It's a 737-800 because I love those aircrafts and I fly with them. And then our flight home on Southwest Airlines was a 737-800 old livery. And then this is us in the 727 cockpit at the Boeing field. I think I have pictures of it, so I'm not too sure. And then while we were at Seattle leaving, I took a couple of pictures of Atlas Air, stuff like that, you know, other cool stuff that we found. We did go on top of the Space Needle and saw a magnificent view. Oh, by the way, here's Mount Everett from the Delta flight when we were landing at Seattle. And then there's a huge dam. I forgot what dam that was. And then right there is the Seattle Space Needle. If my thing will allow me. And up here is the actual Seattle Boeing factory where they make the smaller aircrafts like 737, 757s, and all that. And then you have a bunch of aircraft parts. 2 737s ready to go, and Intermodal look like they just parked up. Then you got the best picture of me and Star Wars figures. Vader was fake, but Stormtrooper was awesome, and he complimented. And we were having a conversation about Boeing plant. You saw my shirt. This picture right here. Conspiracy theory? I think not. I caught this picture on my Southwest flight coming home from Seattle to Baltimore. I don't know what he was doing. It's definitely a military aircraft of some sort. I also think it was a C-137 Globemaster Boeing. And I look closer and it looks like an Antonov, but it's not. So I don't know what kind of aircraft it is. But the stuff he was spraying, I don't know if it was the actual chemtrail or like a legit contrail. So I'm not sure. Here's another side picture of it, but it's definitely military of some sort. That's all I could say. And it was past us, but I was lucky enough to get some pictures. Of course, we were like 40,000 feet in the air. It was like cold, so my window froze up a bit. That's from the Seattle Space Needle of Mount Everett, I believe. If I'm wrong, please correct me. And in Seattle, there's a whole bunch of cruise terminals. So we saw about maybe 6 cruise ships leave all at once. So there's 1, 2. There's like 4 more behind. And just looking at the beautiful city of Seattle. And then on our flight home, I got to go in the cockpit again of the new 737-800. This time I'm in the captain's seat. And I got really good details of the cockpit so I could study a bit. And this is one of the streets in Seattle. I took a picture of that. I was laughing. In Seattle, there's a lot of homosexual folks. Matter of fact, you see the rainbow flag almost every block. So those of you who want to live in a place where there's a bunch of homosexuals and all stuff, or like friendly people in general, you know, they're very good. Crime is not. Crime is actually pretty good in Seattle. Not like, oh, crime is high. Crime isn't very good, but like crime is like limited. So you'll catch a couple rare incidents, you know, once in a while. And then that's my whole trip on Alaska. Lasted about a month. What else? And then here is when I went to Point of Rocks after July 4th. After we got back, caught a couple trains. And I had to use my video camera, which was pretty good because I remember how I'd use that. I caught a couple trains like Amtrak's and a few C6s. That's what Luke came over. And here again, Point of Rocks with a Union Pacific featured, leading a intermodal train. Or not intermodal, automatic. And then a cool meet between Amtrak PO29 and Q136, because Q130 and 131 were abolished. And so forth. And when I got home, I caught a whole kinds of stuff like Canadian Pacific, Norfolk Southern, BNSF, etc., etc., etc. Then when Amtrak 29 passed, I noticed this picture of this lady gave me a weird look in the dining car. I know it's just a ploy because she's not supposed to be downstairs in the dining car at all. Because that's where the kitchen is. But it was pretty funny, and I took that picture. And that's while I was working. So I caught a couple of 77s coming in. Some 47s and all that stuff. Another 787. And that was with my video camera. Let's see what else. Yep, so far that's 2017, July. And then we'll be coming up on what happened over these last couple of months of rail fanning. Oh, shit, and my phone dropped. Sorry. So, yeah, I was pretty big on aviation photography because I just admired the camera. Then the camera broke because the lens got stuck, and I tried to pull it out, and I was too aggressive. For once with the camera, I'm usually aggressive with the camera. Or any kind of equipment, unless, you know, I have to. Whole bunch of aviation pictures here, but let's see, we're in July. August, I think we have a couple. If it loads, yep. A lot of aviation pictures. I got bored that day, so I just sat on my porch, sipping my Nestle before they fully were out of stock, and just watching planes go by. Run Train Simulator at night, chilling out all day. This is my favorite aircraft here. The Airbus A330-313X, Virgin Atlantic, registration G, Vine. That's my favorite aircraft. That was the first international aircraft I've ever flown on. The first biggest international, international aircraft, basically. So, and then this is when I was rail fanning back in Brunswick. Trying out with a new camera. Then there's Philip Lee blocking my shot. Shout out to that guy. The coolest guy I know. He's our commander of the airline crew. Oh, that is a great picture. That is a great picture right there. Alright, this is the day the camera was dying, but managed to catch these beautiful shots of Amtrak PO29. Jack Owen facing right at me with the camera. It was a Nikon D3100. That was the most beautiful picture I've ever taken of him coming up to me. And yeah. What else? And then I was going to Six Flags George, and I saw that Metro has 7000 series on the Silver Line, which was new. And then back at Brunswick again, rail fanning, and then we caught, I believe, Q136. And then we caught a bunch of Maryland Midland grain trains being thrown around. And there's a couple other CSX trains just coming in slowly. And then Amtrak 30 did come. I believe we did catch Amtrak 29 as well. And I have some engine problems with 372, so we're doing engine swaps right in front of us. And then okay, 29 came too, but it was on Weston too. So and me doing vlogs, stuff like that. Tornado warning that passed. When I got my car. By the way, this is my car. This is a picture I took when I first got my car. It's a Kia Forte 5. Great look on it. Great interior. Maybe already has almost 3,300 miles on it. And then there's the interior of it. The front is a 4-door. So that's the interior. And that's the back. Look how much space. And these seats actually do come down. My back seats. They come down so you can have like a really big flat area. And so I came home with that. And so yeah. Oh, this is a solar eclipse over the summer. A mile train set when I was trying to do something cool. Oh, by the way, shout out to National Capital Trains for mile railroading. I keep forgetting to upload a shout out to them. I will do that when I get to the Big E Train Show. A huge shout out to all the products. I'm going to buy a whole bunch of products when I go up there this month with Gmansboss on the 27th. By the way, if anyone needs any information about the Big E Train Show, please comment or feel free to contact me in any way. But huge shout out. I mean, his commentary is like fucking great. I mean, look at all the stuff he's selling. And he does have a website too. Link will be in the description down below to his website. Some equipment, tools, kits, you name it, he's probably got it. Those are all the tracks. You have all the master sets, all the variation sets. And this is when I went to Shenandoah Junction again with just Tree Insanity. And that's where I got to see Pat Smat again. Doing some goofy stuff there. So, we even saw U Pacific leading. I believe it was SD7080. Or it was probably, yeah, I think it was SD7080. Or, no, SD80. Why am I saying SD7080? SD80. What the hell? What's wrong with me? And got some great shots of Amtrak. Oh, got a couple rare shots. Got Patrick with this car. His Beauty Crown Vic. And my ex-girlfriend again with her dog. Pepper was the dog's name. She was a cute little dog. Cute little doggy. And then back at Pointer Rocks again. This time we caught a whole bunch of trains. And we got a whole bunch of horn shows down there with us. And yeah, we even got a shout out. And then back, we're going up to September now. At oh, sorry. Coming up now to Brunswick, Maryland, where we caught the Empire Builder style locomotives on Amtrak, and hung down to A4 Lumber for catching a few trains. And like I said, sorry, I got a scratch. Beautiful Sunset Catch. Got all the videos of the Alaska Railroad, because my dates are screwed up on my camera, so they're all like out of order. So, but let's see what else I can find. Alright, Pointer Rocks again, and this is when we went to Barnesville for the first time, where we caught Amtrak flying by us at like God knows how many miles an hour, and we went to Dickerson just to check it out. There's me, Pat Smacky, First Officer of the Rail Line Crew, Phil Blee, aka Commander of the Rail Line Crew, and Mitchell, Chris Train Sandy, aka the Speaker of the Rail Line Crew. And then we went to Pointer Rocks again the day after to catch this BNSF and Union Pacific Helper. which was 2 Union Pacifics and 1 BNSF. And we caught like non-stop traffic all day. It was great. Caught a couple of -9s. Then we did go down to Barnesville, then caught UP with the Q416. Playing perks on Just Train Sandy. There's my ex again. There she is again. I got a lot of pictures of her. Alright, here we go back at Point of Rocks again. This was evening time rail fanning. And the whole bunch of trains doing pranks on each other. Pretty much. I was trying to hide in Patrick's trunk to scare him. And Philip was recording, and then Patrick must have known, so he started the engine to scare the shit out of me because I thought I was going to take off with me in the trunk, and I was scared, so I jumped out as quickly as I can. And CSX and BNSF on Q137. And then Brunswick Railway Days. This is a very, very important day because this is when the Rail Line 9 crew was formed. And then here we went in the brand new Mark cab car, literally inside the cab itself. And I got a picture here with the cab and then me in the cab. I do have a little cab ride video of when we were in the cab when the conductor drove the train from the signal to the station at Brunswick. There's me in the cab and the controls behind me where we're at Brunswick. Here's Chris Rail fans. Shout out to Chris F. Rail fan because it's cool. There's the Dakota Butler. Shout out to him as well. We stayed there pretty much all day, caught some cool action, got some great horn shows, talked to some amazing crews. It was great. Let's go check out University of Delaware. Stupid selfies in my thing. And then this was the first official picture of the Rail Line 9 crew. Of course, we had to take her out because Patrick's not dating her, and she didn't do much trains without him, so we took her out and added in Tony Corella, aka StarTard YouTube hub on YouTube. So that was the first Rail Line 9 crew when we formed it, all 9 members, and we went from Point of Rocks that day, and we went down to Barnesville, then Dickerson, and caught a couple of trains. Actually, we caught more than a few all day with 822 on Amtrak Pier 29. With the U Pacific, the trailing 3rd unit on Q137. And that's the day my ex and I broke up, and so I decided last minute to go down rail fanning, go meet my crew, cheer me up, and sure enough it did, and I felt great. You know, and I knew they were there for me. And actually, no, that was the one where I was in Patrick's trunk that day, just having fun, being myself. You know, it was great. And then that's when Just Train Sandy and I took a little ride down on the new Metro cars to Alexandria, Virginia, and Washington's Union Station to have lunch. We caught a whole bunch of Amtraks and various like non-stop. We were even there for like 45 minutes, and we caught like 5 trains in a row. It was great. And that's my airspace field trip to Leesburg, Virginia's airport. And that's when we're at Harper's Ferry rail fanning all day, and it sucked. It was cold, it was wet, it was raining. I got sick, a couple other people got sick. And yeah. It was just cold, it was miserable. And trains barely ran because we saw a trespasser. And somebody else reported it, so it wasn't us, it was somebody else reporting. And next weekend we tried again at Brunswick, and they're having a parade going on, so we had to go to Weaverton for a bit. And then we went back to Brunswick and caught a couple more trains. It was also a rainy day. but not as bad and cold as Harper's Ferry. And then this was the day Patrick and I rode the Amtrak Capital Limited 5 hours late in Washington D.C., and then missed our mark P879 back home. And so we made just in time to catch 881. But we rode the train 5 hours late. And it was beautiful seeing the sunset from 30 going eastbound while you're facing the west. It was great. And I have a whole bunch of time-lapse stuff. Go check that out in the videos. And then nothing but videos. And that is when we arrived in Washington, D.C. on 30 that day on November 6th. We arrived exactly, looks like 4 hours and 50 minutes late. It's crazy. And then he arrived about 5 hours late at Harper's Ferry. And Philip Lee did record for us when we were there. And the weekend after, we went down to Pointer Rocks, Maryland. Again, caught more trains. Pointer Rocks is basically our little hub place. And then that's where Phil, Pat, Spat, and I were just recording bloopers. And then that's where I got the best picture of Amtrak 29 at Pointer Rocks, which was great. Alright. I'm gonna start wrapping this up. I'm getting tired of myself. I forgot what month we were at. I think we're in December now. November still. Wait, railfanning was a blast for 2017. Had a great time. Here is when we were railfanning in Brunswick. It was a late day, and we caught 42 after he fixed his horn. And it sounds beautiful. It's the most beautiful K5LA I've ever heard. And that was November 24th. And then the next day, I took Patrick and we went down to Broad Run, Virginia, just south of Manassas and north of Bristol, at the Broad Run Regional Airport, and Manassas Regional Airport, excuse me. And caught Norfolk Southern and an Amtrak train. So we only caught 2 trains, but we're just seeing what's going on. Then the next day, I went back to Brunswick and Pointer Rocks. This is when my buddy Luke came and we hung out for the weekend because we haven't seen each other in a while. And a week after, we went railfanning at Pointer Rocks and Lander Road. And that was the night of the supermoon of 2017. And we caught some pretty significant traffic. Interesting stuff. Then that's where we were at Broad Runs, Virginia, in South Manassas, and just north of Bristol, where we caught 4 Amtraks and a whole bunch of Erie train, or not Erie, Norfolk Southern trains. Caught about maybe 5 Norfolk Southerns that day, and 4 Amtraks. And then later than that, I did go to the hospital because of muscle pain in my chest and my legs, and I couldn't walk and it hurt. So, yeah. I believe we're in December now. Yes, we are. But we caught 19 trains that day. Whole bunch of CSX, whole bunch of Mark, and both Amtraks. And it was just non-stop action. And it was pretty warm that day too. So that was December 18th. And then the next day I was at my dad's. And then the 20th is when I decided to do some last-minute railfanning. And got the Big Game train and gave Pat, Smat, and I horn show, which was Jingle Bells. And then I used my new dash cam holder, and yeah. And a couple days later, I went back to Pointer Rocks after having a rough start, and ended up catching some pretty good train action with the 2 BNSF helpers and a BNSF war bonnet on Q217. It was great. Got some great pictures of the crew here. This was in the RDC Bud at Gaithersburg in the cab. Shout out to the Gaithersburg Train Museum. And we caught some pretty good trains. And we also went to Washington Grove. We also caught the BNSF helpers, B801, with the dragging air hose and was caught by the defect detector, and we caught that on video. As well, we saw the old signal that was there for Ward, and yeah, that's when just Train Sanity I went rail fanning in the cold. It sucked. It was very, very cold. Only got to 25 degrees on the Potomac River. With major wind chills, and got some okay traffic, you know, could have been better. And then that was on Wednesday, December 27th. And we did book a train for Amtrak, and we're going to try to run it this Sunday. But if we can't, then I guess we can't. And then just Train Sanity night last weekend, we went down to Washington, D.C. on Metro on the Silver Line for New 7000 series. And we caught the CSX-8 locomotive in Washington's Union Station on Gate G, as well as a bunch of 4 P-42s lined up. He was number 7852. There, we got another good picture of him. And Seoul Express just pulled up, as well as this regional. So, and then they had a display at Union Station about these new coach seats. So these are what the new seats on all coach class cars are going to look like, and they basically look and almost feel like well, I didn't feel, but they look like they feel like Seoul Express business class seats. So you could be sitting in business class seats, and business class seats on Seoul may look like first class seats, and first class may look like quadruple first class. And then there's a bunch of 7000 series on the Metro cars, as I did a huge cab ride thing. Oh, and they did shut the door, so I got the cab was easily spotted through the window, and I got pictures of the new cab of the 7000 series, and I took that opportunity, and it was awesome. And then for the Metro, that was my last video, 2017, and I caught this 3000 series repainted, which looked actually really good, and then the interior was repainted too, and that's me trying to subway surf but failed. And there's a bunch of track work being done, so they're single tracking where we were at. So and I got a whole bunch of videos while I was down at Union Station, a bunch of random shit, and yeah, a bunch of cab rides in the back. Right there with a Japanese flag, we're doing something. And then that is it for 2017. Oh, and here is my new cat. His name is finally, we finally named him Shadow. He's 9 months old. And we got him at a rescue center. Apako is another pretty picture of him. He's run upstairs somewhere. Probably playing later on. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. I don't know the live stream canceled or not, but I wasn't supposed to do that. So that is basically my 2017 in review. We hope you enjoyed it. It was looks like it is more than a couple hours. Hour and 41 minutes of review of 2017. Wow. Okay. Good. A lot of you will watch this in the morning as spam, but that is okay. I'm gonna go to my creator studio. Go to my live streaming, and we are currently still streaming. But yeah, oh, it looks like we have one watching. Sorry, whoever is watching. That's pretty much it. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, even though no one's watching right now except for this one person. That might be myself, but I'm not too sure. I'll say one's watching. But we hope you enjoy our 2017 review. You can always look back. This will be recorded for later. And hopefully the quality and everything like that was good to go. We did fix the lag issue. And hopefully everything was going good. We were just, when we play the videos, it fucked up the bandwidth a lot. Because recording and playing a video, just like playing Train Simulator, does fuck it up a bit. But other than that all is good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will subscribe back. If you're interested in joining the Railline 9 secondary crew, please contact me or anybody in the Railline 9 crew, and we will try to set you up and see if you are qualified and capable of joining We give everyone a fair, welcoming, and respected chance to join us. Everybody is equal no matter what type of race, your social status, social status as in, are you social, like, are you by yourself, all that type of social status. And that's pretty much all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great evening. Sorry this was a waste of YouTube's bandwidth, but oh well. I figured since this was requested a couple times, I might as well get it out of the way. With Gmansboss, I will leave a link in the description down below to him, as well as National Capital Trains, and Just Train Sanity, Philip Lee, and Chris F. Railfan. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. This is Tranks Productions. Have a great evening. Hopefully we'll ride Amtrak this Sunday. If not, I'll provide an update for that. This is Tranks Productions. Have a great evening.